from BS and Beer Media, it's Top of the Bleachers with Jason and Tucker.
Handoff, Smith coming right, trying to outrun the coverage, makes a cut, gets it. Oh, he's still going. Oh, look at that! He's going to score. He's got the ball.
Let's see what the guys are talking about today.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Top of the Bleachers. What's going on? We are hanging out. Today's show, we're going to be talking about some NFL football we watched today and some other stuff, maybe some broken weed eaters. You never know what might happen at the top of the bleachers. So I had a good Sunday. Tuck, how was your Sunday?
I got 4 words for you.
Yeah.
How about them Cowboys? What a great weekend. Wonderful weekend. The only way it gets better is if the Hogs win Saturday. But, hey, I'll take a Cowboy win. I'll take the split. If my Hogs win and my Cowboys lose, it's still a good weekend. If my Hogs lose and my Cowboys win, still a good weekend. If they both win, it is a fabulous weekend. Fabulous weekend. And then you have those unfortunate weeks where they both lose. So,
yeah.
This week was a split. They look good, man. They looked real good. And I did nothing today, man. I went to church this morning, listened to a good sermon, came home, stuffed my belly full of noodles, and watched football. That's what I did.
There you go. All right. Well, I had a pretty good Sunday as well. It's pretty much full of football all day and some chili and some rotel and there's a chili dog later in the afternoon involved. So yeah, it was good. But before we get started, everybody that's listening or watching, be sure and hit that like and subscribe buttons for us. I really appreciate that.
Put my banner up.
Also, yes, I forgot again. Bam.
Sign up for Yahoo NFL Pick'ems and play against us, Top of the Bleachers. You don't have a shot. Go ahead and try.
I don't know after today.
Yeah, you need a group ID 33703, passwords NFL. Jump in there and make your picks. See if you got what it's take to sit at the top of the bleachers.
Yeah, up here with armchair quarterback and homerism,
which is bullcrap because we take anybody at the top of the bleachers, man.
We're pretty accepting. I will say that
we are very accepting. I don't.
Well, saw Dak got paid finally.
Yeah, $60 million. That's pretty good, man. Highest paid player in the NFL right now for 2 weeks, and then somebody else will break that. But hey, sure. As of right now, also I saw an interesting thing. I can't remember the player's name. He plays for the Eagles, and he came up and he gave. This is last year. He came up and he gave Dak a hug and thanked him for his suicide awareness message that he puts out. And apparently, Dak lost a brother to suicide. I did not know this. And so he's a big proponent of it. So people who watch this show probably think we do 988 because I'm a Cowboys fan. I had no idea Dak Prescott was into the suicide prevention either. But maybe we can get him on the show, do a little 988 commercial for us. That would be all right.
That would be all right.
I'm going to write him a letter.
Yeah. Find out who his agent is and send him a letter.
Send him a letter.
Yeah. Yeah, that's ridiculous money, but and then 4 years, $240 million, and I saw like $231 million of it was guaranteed.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It just keeps going up and up,
I don't want to bring up a sore spot to Browns fans, but they paid $200 million for that quarterback they got. And I think he showed you today that he is worth every penny of it. Every penny.
Yeah, we'll get to the games here in a minute. There was one more thing I wanted to bring up to you. I didn't know if you heard about this.
Hit me with it.
So the NBA is talking expansion.
Oh, really?
And the two cities that are coming up right now.
Wait. Can I guess? Can I guess
Yeah,
what
yeah, yeah, yeah.
these cities are?
Yeah, sure.
NBA. Let's see.
You didn't cheat and look at the Google, did you?
No, I haven't looked at Google Docs. Let's see. Las Vegas.
Yes.
And really, all right, nailed the first one. Las
Yeah.
Vegas. And
I always want to put stuff in Vegas for some reason. That's where everybody wants to put stuff.
It's sports books, man.
Yeah, I know.
Now that they've opened the door to it, they're like, hey, let's put one right in the heart of the city. That'd be great. They
Mhm.
already got the Raiders.
Yep.
Who else? What other town? They don't want to go back to Seattle, do they?
They do.
Oh
They
my
do.
gosh, really? They
And,
want to go back to Seattle, huh?
And Seattle signed some kind of deal when they sold the team or whatever, when the team moved, that they have the rights to the name, the colors, the logo, all that stuff. So if it does go back to Seattle, it will be the Supersonics.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I would change the green and yellow, but that's just me. I always thought they had the ugliest uniforms when they were the Seattle Supersonics, but
that's true.
But that seems to be like if you're going to go back to those colors, make it that highlighter green that the Seahawks wear, or that blue and highlighter green or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas and Seattle, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Where else are they going to go? North of New York, like
Tulsa. I need to go
Maine
to Tulsa, man.
St. Louis might be a good spot.
It's probably big enough. St. Louis is definitely big enough. You could put one there. They had the Rams for a long time, and they showed up for the Rams. But I don't know how that happens. I don't know how you lose a team, how you get a team, any of that stuff. Here's what I do know: Podunk, Little Rock is last on the list to get any kind of team. So I knew they weren't on the list. I knew we weren't getting one in Little Rock.
Yeah, it seems like St. Louis would be a good spot. I mean, you got the Cardinals, you got hockey, you got baseball, you got football. Well, they don't have football anymore, do they?
They don't have football anymore.
They've had two teams. They had the Cardinals for a while too.
They had the greatest show on turf for a long time.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I didn't see a time frame on that. They're going to be talking about it over the next few months, I think, in their meetings and stuff like that. Their summer meetings,
So that would move them to what, 34 teams? Is that right? Do they have 32 right now?
I believe that's correct. So
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vegas doesn't surprise me at all. I'm a little surprised they would go back to Seattle. I mean,
I did see too. They were talking with that because that would put two more teams in the West, right?
Yeah.
So they'd have to move two teams to the East. So they were talking about who they should move.
Oklahoma City and who else is close?
I don't remember if they said them or not.
San Antonio maybe, or Dallas?
I think they said New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans is in the West?
And Minnesota.
Now that makes no sense. The New Orleans one makes sense, but Minnesota?
If you were to split the country in half, I guess, but
I think Dallas makes more sense than freaking than Minnesota. But
yeah,
whatever.
I don't remember what the other one they said. I think it was New Orleans and Minnesota. I think were the two that they were like.
I didn't realize New Orleans was in the East or was in the West. I figured they'd be in the East. I mean, geographically, but you figure they'd be in the East. I mean,
yeah, no, they're in the West.
But we got Cal playing in the ACC, so logic is out the window. Okay,
this is true. Can't go by regions anymore, hardly.
No.
But anyway, they're talking about it, which is kind of exciting. I see good and bad of it. Some people would say it's going to water down the NBA. We're going to let a bunch of people in that ain't no good, now and stuff. And then other people are like, well, it's going to be two more teams that'll be quality because there's guys that are not making the league that would make the league if you didn't have that,
Well, I watched the summer league, and there are a lot of guys that aren't getting to play anywhere that I feel could actually play in the NBA. Ricky Council comes to mind. Ricky Council is a scorer, and he's awesome in the G League, awesome in the summer league. I don't know what keeps him from getting on the court other than the fact that the guys in front of him are better. if you bring in 2 more teams, maybe somebody like Ricky Council gets on the court. Who knows? And they made the same argument when Toronto and who came in with Toronto? Charlotte. When Toronto and Charlotte came in, they were making the same argument. And yeah, those 2 teams sucked for a while. Charlotte still sucks, but but Toronto's won an NBA championship since they've come into the league.
Yeah. The other ones have struggled though. Washington. Well, they've been around forever. Never mind, not Washington. What's the other one I'm thinking of? Charlotte and New Orleans is new. What's the one in
Oklahoma City came in the same time, and they were an expansion team because they got moved from Seattle. Well, I guess they weren't an expansion team; they just got moved from Seattle.
Maybe Brooklyn's the one I'm thinking of.
Brooklyn, yeah, the Nets. Well, no, the Nets have been around forever. They were just the Washington Nets, or
were they the New Jersey Nets for a
New
long time?
New Jersey Nets, yeah. Now they're the Brooklyn Nets, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what I'm thinking about. Anyway, more to come on that. We'll see what happens with the franchises and who's going to be the new cities and all that.
Maybe the Timberwolves. Did the Timberwolves come in with Charlotte?
Maybe.
I don't remember, man. It don't matter.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
Okay, man. So let's jump right into it then.
Let's quit talking that stupid basketball. Let's talk some football, man. They ain't even playing basketball right now.
It's still news, so thought I'd bring it up. So we had Thursday night. We had the Chiefs beat the Ravens.
I remember now.
What?
In production, we were talking about things to bring up in the monologue, and I was like, somebody major had an injury. Who was it? It was Jordan Love. Jordan Love had a strained meniscus, and he's going to be out for 5 or 6 weeks.
I saw a couple other injuries today that were pretty significant.
Did you see the play he got injured on? First of all, the NFL players are complaining, or were complaining big time about the conditions of the field down there. Apparently it was not a very good field that they were playing on. And they showed the injury to Jordan Love, and the guy tackles him down around his calf. And he's also got like a hand on his thigh, and you can just see the knee just like quiver inside, man. And apparently your meniscus is connected to, it's like the strong point to like your ACL, your MCL, all that, your meniscus is connected to all that. So there's a big difference between a strain and a tear. If you do a tear, you're looking at surgery. But apparently he just strained it. So hopefully he's back, right after they play the Cowboys.
Well, anytime I hear the word tear, I think surgery. Like, dang, that sounds bad.
Tear is never good.
They're talking about that play being dirty too. Did you hear that?
Well, they have a rule in the NFL that you're not allowed to go after the legs of the quarterback. And I mean, they hit him below the knee. It probably should have been a flag. Dirty, I don't know about dirty. I mean, I don't think.
Wasn't the D tackle grabbing him and like trying to twist him?
No, I don't think so. I think it was just.
Think so? Okay.
I think it's just a defensive guy excited he got his hands on the quarterback. But it probably should have been flagged because it was down low on his legs, But you want to talk about something I was not impressed with this week in watching football, and that's the referees. The referees are, first of all, they started off in that game with Baltimore calling so many penalties on Baltimore for that guy being too deep. And then I'm watching the rest of the week. They didn't call it the rest of the week. That one game is the only game they called that in. I did not see the call the rest of the week. And I watched defensive tackles doing the same thing they've always done.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they went after that guy at Baltimore to make an example of him. But if you're going to make an example of him, that means you got to follow up. And they have not been following up. But they have not done a good job. I've watched them do a couple of these speedy replays where the ref calls it a catch, and then when you watch it on replay, it ain't no catch. How did you call that a catch? You know, the ball like bounces off the turf, but they called it a catch. I don't know. I feel like the refs are relying too much on the replay too. Like they just let plays go now. Oh, we'll sort it out in the replay. You know? Have some balls. Make the call, man. That's what I say.
Yeah, there's a lot of replay. It takes a lot of time to do that too. Slows the game down, the momentum, and all that too.
Yeah, I figured out that's why they have a 40. You know, that's why you get like a 40-second play clock.
Okay, all right. Well,
there's plenty of time for them to show the replay of the last play on in a 40-second play clock.
Well, I started to say just you could if it was basketball, I could say play the whole game, count up the fouls, shoot your shots at the end. Everybody, you got 37 free throws. You got 27 free throws. You get to make as many as you can.
That would be something, wouldn't it? Especially if you was down like 22, but you had like 25 free throws. That'd be big time right there.
That would be intense, wouldn't it?
You know what? It would teach a lot of these teams that free throws win ball games. Hit your free throws. You make 90% or better from your as a team from the free throw line, and you are going to win a lot of ball games. Of ball games.
Yep.
Shaquille O'Neal probably could have had the all-time scoring record if he could have just hit free throws.
Yeah, for sure. He was hack a Shaq.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I got off on basketball again. Football. Back to football. So Thursday night we saw Chiefs beat the Ravens. We talked about that one a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Friday night we saw the Eagles beat the Packers. Talked about that one a little bit. First game today, our first one on the list here. We had the Steelers at the Falcons.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson didn't start.
No,
saw that. He's calf injury, I think it was.
I think it's because he played really bad in the first game. Is what
in preseason or something.
In preseason, and they wanted to start Justin Fields, and he was like, "Hey, if you're going to put Justin Fields in front of me, y'all need to tell him I got an injury or something." Because they showed pregame of him throwing the ball around and running around and everything. He did not look that injured. He didn't look that injured at all.
Let's put Justin in. He'll fail real bad. Everybody be like, "Oh, we need Russell.
We need Russell. Bring Russell in."
Oh, gosh.
Also, now every time I hear somebody, oh, he's got a calf injury or he's got turf toe, I think of Ricky Purcell. Man, Ricky got shot. Ricky at practice. Come on, guys. Come on, guys.
I don't know. Well, the Steelers defense is pretty dadgum good, and TJ Watt is pretty dadgum good. I'll tell you that. And they pretty much won the game for him. And Cousins looked rough. What'd you think?
He seemed to be under duress a lot. You know what I mean? Like Kurt's not the kind of guy that can scramble and get away. Like he needs an open receiver. And it looked to me like they needed more like I don't know, maybe a Penix that could maybe escape some pressure and maybe do something with the football. I like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins is a stand-up Christian man. I do. I think he's a great guy. I think he's adopted like 27 kids or something like that. It's amazing. The guy is he's a really great guy. But in the situation that they got in Atlanta where Kurt's just not the guy that can, escape the pocket and get you 3 or 4 yards. He's not that dude anymore. Kurt never really was that dude.
No.
He's more of a Tom Brady, going to stand like a statue and deliver the ball. And you can't do that if you're getting knocked down all the time.
Yep.
And that's kind of what I thought.
Well, Fields only had 156 yards, so it's not like, and he did not look good. But like I said, the defense was outstanding.
Man, you gotta hand it. You gotta hand it to Tomlin. Tomlin's he knows how to coach, man. He takes what he's got and he gets wins out of it somehow. I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
If the Steelers can somehow find a way to play offense,
they're going to be good.
They could be really good.
They could be really good. Yeah.
But right now, I don't trust their offense at all. So,
we'll I don't know, man. I don't know. They're in such a tough division. Like they got to figure some stuff out, and they got to figure it out quick.
Yeah, I know it. All right, on to the next one. Next one we had Cardinals at the Bills.
Yeah, this one kind of surprised me, man. This one kind of surprised me. Murray did not play well at all.
Yeah.
Josh Allen played out of his mind. Josh Allen's like, there's only me. That's all we need, guys. Get out of the way. I'm going to win this game. He is such a competitor. I don't know why I ever pick against him, but I do lots of times for some reason.
Yeah.
I thought Josh Allen played really well. Ain't much else to say about that ball game, man. Bills defense didn't look too half bad.
Yeah. I think the Cardinals jumped out on him early, I think. But you're right. Kyler looked like he was kind of rusty or something. And then Harrison Jr., number 1 pick, I think he had 1 catch for 11 yards or something like that, Yeah. I expected him to be like their go-to guy.
Like
well, he's supposed to be better than his daddy, but whatever.
Yeah, well, Jerry Rice's kid plays in the NFL too, and he's not very good either. It's just because
he was the number 1 pick.
Look at Bronny, okay? Just look at Bronny.
But this guy was actually good. This guy's actually good. He ain't Bronny. All right, this ain't that. It ain't no. It ain't like that with this dude. This dude's legit good, but I don't know. Maybe not pro. He may not be a pro. I don't know. We'll see.
He might need a quarterback that can throw him the ball.
Yeah, that too. He seems to run around a lot.
Murray, I don't know. Murray reminds me a lot of Russell Wilson when Russell Wilson was younger. I don't believe in discriminating against anybody, but if you're only 5'2", you probably don't need to be playing quarterback. Okay, It's not your fault. God did not bless you with height. It is not your fault. For what I hear, he was a top-notch baseball player. Maybe he should have just went that direction.
You think he's that bad, huh?
I don't think he's that bad. I just don't think he'll ever win a championship. I don't think he's good enough that he'll ever win a championship. But there are a lot of guys that play in the league that aren't going to win a championship. So, I mean, that doesn't mean he's a bad player or anything. It just, I don't think that he'll get to that ultimate goal.
Okay. Yeah, Josh Allen played out of his mind. He had the thing on his hand at the end of the game. Did you see that on his left hand?
Yeah, did you hear his interview? They were asking him about it. We see you injured your left hand, are you, how are you feeling or whatever? He said, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. That's all he said. We'll be all right.
Okay, well.
Because apparently he injured it in like the second quarter and played the rest of the freaking ball game with it hurt. So, I mean, he's like, it ain't no big deal. Ricky got shot. I'm going to show up with a hurt hand. Okay, it's not even my throwing hand. I'm going to show up.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. See about that. How the Bills continue on. I don't know, man. Still don't trust them a lot. I don't know what it is.
They don't have
the Cardinals. I picked the Cardinals to win, so I thought they'd win, but
they don't have a lot of weapons around him. Like if they 1 or 2 injuries could really, really, really screw the Bills.
Yeah.
So,
well, they got the rookie Ken Coleman. He had an okay day, 4 catches, 51 yards. And then they got James Cook, running the ball, and I saw him rip off a couple of good ones, but yeah, I don't know. Don't trust the Bills just yet either. All right. Next one. Titans at the Bears.
Let me tell you something, okay?
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is not going to win Rookie of the Year.
You don't think so?
Not if he keeps performing like that. He had a rough day today. He looked like a rookie out there. I kind of bought into it too. I figured he was going to come in and have a better showing than he did, but he looked like a rookie. He looked like somebody who was still catching up to the speed of the game. In college, he would scramble out of the pocket and outrun people to the edge, and you just can't do that in the NFL. You can't run to the edge and get the edge every time.
Yeah, I saw him take a big sack.
Yeah, he made he made a few really poor decisions, but I'm not saying that he's not going to be good by the end of the year. But I think that Jaden Daniels right now is my front runner. I think Jaden had a pretty good day. Not a great day, but a good day. Better than Caleb.
Yeah. Well, they won, so I mean,
Yeah.
they found a way to win,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Levis had a worse day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He had a worse day.
I
He only
saw
had
him.
127 yards, 2 interceptions.
I saw him in a commercial. You know what the commercial was for?
Oh, no tellings.
Hellman's mayonnaise.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't even know that Will Levis was, high enough on the radar to get an endorsement deal.
Well, he was a first round pick.
He was a first round pick.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah, I don't know. The Titans didn't seem like they had much of a run game. I mean, they had Pollard. Well, I guess they did actually. I'm thinking of somebody else. The Titans you saw they had Tony Pollard?
yeah.
Yeah, I saw him break a pretty good run for a touchdown. He looks like he moves he's looked different, like he moves different than he used to.
Well, he doesn't have that same, like
he seemed like he had a little hitch in his giddy up or something.
Yeah. When he played for the Cowboys, like you hand him the ball and he was already at top speed. Like as soon as you handed him the ball, he was at top speed. Now it's he's been banged. He gets hit. He's been banged up, man. It's just not. He's still a good runner. He doesn't have that.
Well, he had 82 yards. I mean, it's not horrible.
He had a good game. He had a really good game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think defensively, I was expecting more from the Titans. When I think of the Titans, I think of Vrabel. When I think of Vrabel, I think of defense. So I was kind of disappointed that I don't know if disappointed is the word. I was kind of surprised that they don't have a better defense than what they got.
Yeah, me too.
But it's also the first game of the year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's still, and a lot of these guys didn't even play in the preseason because teams are worried about them getting hurt, stuff like that. So this is actually a lot of these guys. This is their first game of the year.
Yeah.
So you got to wonder, you get to the fourth quarter, this is your first fourth quarter of the year. You got to be tired. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. I was watching DeAndre Hopkins all day. He's on my fantasy team, and it's like, man, come on, man. Freaking quarterback only had 127 yards total. You know what I mean? Just think. I mean, it was like I think he had one catch. I was like,
Cowboys put up 33 points, and Dak only had like 167 yards or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean, running the ball. I was like, where is this run game coming from? Dabble and old Zeke getting it done. I'm like, heck yeah, man.
My fantasy running backs had good days. I had Shaquan, Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
And I had Daddle on my.
Well, Nixon didn't play, though, did he?
Mm-hmm. He plays for Houston now.
Oh, he's not at Cincinnati anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering why I didn't see him out there.
Yeah. No,
I
he's,
thought
he's
I thought he was hurt or something like that. He don't even play for him anymore, huh?
no.
Well, I may not be bandwagon in Cincinnati no more. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him a couple more games, but I might be bailing on my bandwagon team.
Well, that's the next one. Patriots at the Bengals.
Mm.
So that was a tough game.
Let me tell
Physical,
you,
tough
Drake
game.
May got further away from the field today. Kobe
Yeah.
Brissett played a heck of a ball game.
He's a
Drake
good
May,
vet.
he got further away from the field.
He's a good vet.
He's a good, what do they call it? He's a good game manager. Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna light you up, throwing the ball. He's not gonna light you up running the ball, but he's gonna get the play done that needs to be done to get the first down and move the chains. Whatever that
Yeah.
is. So,
Yeah. Well, Bengals look like they struggled. Seemed like Burrow only had 164 yards, no touchdowns, and New England just pounded the ball. Man, they ran Ramondre like 25 times, I think. Yeah, 25 times for 120 yards. He had a big day. So they controlled the game the whole time, and
I
Cincinnati just
was
couldn't get
really
going.
that's one of the things that surprised me today watching the NFL was the run game. It was used a lot more. I feel like maybe it's because it's the first week of the season or something, but I feel like it was used a lot more today than it normally is. Like everybody, it seemed like was running the ball.
Mhm. Yeah, it did seem like that, didn't it? Or at least trying. Some
Yeah.
teams were trying. I don't know what else to say about that game. I'm surprised. I did not have the Patriots pick to win. I mean, they're supposed to be the worst team in the league and all that, but Mayo had them looking right, man. He had a good game plan, control the clock, run the ball.
Well, it really shouldn't have surprised me because the Bengals have started out slow like the last 3 or 4 years. Like they always come out, it seems like, and lose like the first 2 or 3, and then Joe's got to say, "Oh, don't worry," or "relax." I can't remember what it was he told the media that one year. He's like, "Relax, it's the first game of the year," whatever. So,
Aaron Rodgers.
Joe Cool,
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Patriots. If the it's not, I don't think the Bengals are going to be good, but I thought New England was going to suck so bad that's why I picked Cincinnati. You know what I mean? But that backfired on me. So,
well, they were also playing in Cincinnati. They got Lamar Chase signed. So or Jamar. Is it Lamar or Jamar?
Jamar.
Jamar Chase signed.
Yeah.
So you just thought, all right, here we go, and then their tight end got hurt. He had to come out of the ball game. I can't remember what his name is.
For the Bengals?
Yeah.
Oh man, I forget that guy's name.
Anyway, he was having a pretty good game, and then he ended up. I don't know if he ever got back on the field. I know he went out with an injury for a little bit. But yeah, Bengals were kind of a disappointment. Next.
Hang on, I want to see what this was it Jaseski?
Yeah, Jaseski,
Yeah.
or whatever. He was having a really good ball game, and I don't know how long he was out, or if he was out for the rest of the game. But he went to the sideline with like a hobbling on a leg or something.
Okay. All right, moving on. Next we got Texans at the Colts.
This was a heck of a ball game right here.
Yes, it was.
And if Anthony Richardson hadn't got hurt last year and he was a rookie this year, he would be my front runner for rookie of the year. This guy has got an arm on him, a cannon. Man, he's got a cannon.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he threw one almost the length of the daggum field, and then the next series, Stroud throws one about the length of the field. It's like they were just having a party together, just throwing bombs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're both pretty good, man. I can't get over how big Richardson looks. He just looks like a big old dude. You know what I mean? He's not
He's,
like
he's Cam Newton size, man. I remember
yes.
seeing Cam Newton play in college, and he was just so much bigger than everybody else. It's like your quarterback's not supposed to be bigger than your defensive end. You know what I mean?
I know, and this guy is, man. He's huge.
Couldn't get the win though. Couldn't get the win. You got to give it to them Texans, man. They're tough.
Yeah, I mean, they ran the crap out of the ball too, man. Nick Mixon had 30 carries for 159 yards.
See,
So
that's what they needed in Cincinnati.
yeah, it's true. That is what they needed. And then I saw Pierce for Colts. He had a couple big catches, big
Yeah.
long catch. He's the one that caught
Big-
that big long one. Yeah, that was a good game. That was a good game. Texans won. I think
I think I might be picking old Baltimore in a few games this year, man. I think I took the Texans in that game, but there are going to be
Yeah.
some games this year that I'm going to be like, no, give me Indianapolis. I think Richardson's going to win them a few this year.
I think they might win some too. I don't know. I think I took the Texans to win that division, but that's gonna be close. I was on the road too. Let's see next what we got. Jaguars at the Dolphins. Side story. Did you see this? Is what happened this morning before the game?
Yeah, Tyreek Hill got arrested.
Yeah. Supposedly speeding or whatever. I don't know, but
do you expect Tyreek Hill to do the speed limit? Come on, man. Tyreek Hill goes fast everywhere he goes.
He's the cheetah. That's what he is. Yeah, I know. Anyway,
and what kind of a Florida cop pulls over Tyreek Hill and doesn't automatically let him go? You idiot!
Yeah, I know.
Idiot cop.
There's already talks of lawsuits and internal investigations.
Oh
and
my gosh!
All kinds of stuff going on already. Yeah, because they roughed Stephen A. Smith. They roughed him up. You know. Anyway, yeah, Dolphins. They didn't look that great, but they got it done. They got the win. But I thought Waddle had a big game in the second half, and of course Hill had another big game, had 130 yards and a touchdown. So,
what always stands out to me every time the Dolphins play on offense is how fast they are. Their speed is just unmatched, man.
yep.
And whether you're talking about the quarterback or you're talking about the wide receivers or the running back, they just got speed everywhere. So I don't know, man. They're in a tough division. Been a while since the Dolphins have actually. When's the last time they went to the Super Bowl? Was Dan Marino and Joe Montana?
Probably.
You remember that commercial? They met at the Pepsi machine. Do you remember that?
Sort of.
Yeah, there was a commercial. It was the first Super Bowl commercial I really remember with like the stars of the game being in the commercial or whatever. But yeah, Dan Marino and Joe Montana show up at the Pepsi machine at the same time, and I can't remember. It's something like Joe reaches out and takes Dan Marino's Pepsi or something. I don't remember how the commercial went, but I just remember those two being in a Super Bowl together, and it did not end the way I wanted it to end. I wanted Danny to walk away with the Super Bowl, but he didn't.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how the Dolphins do this year. They do have a lot of speed with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. They're fast. Jaguars, I think, are going to be all right, man. They got blanked in the second half. 0 points. So that's not good. Trevor kind of struggled, I guess.
I'm not sold on Trevor Lawrence.
I know you're not. You said that before, but I like him.
It's got nothing to do with whether I like the guy or not. I like Kirk Cousins. I just telling you, I don't think he's got it, whatever it is.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I don't know, man. I gotta get that second half fixed for sure. And Miami's offense put up big numbers like they always do. So, moving on here. Let's see. Oh, Panthers at the Saints. Bet you Dale was doing some jumping jacks today.
Holy crap! Derek Carr just goes off. I make a big deal about how bad the Saints suck, and they end up winning like 45-10 or something like that. It was ridiculous. Freaking Derek Carr is just throwing bombs and dimes left and right. And I took the Saints in that ball game, Dale, and only because you have Derek Carr as a quarterback. That is the only reason I took the Saints in that ball game.
Yeah, I saw they did a show right after the game. We got to watch it, do a little recap on the show. But yeah, Panthers looked horrible again. Bryce still looks like a rookie. That's the problem. He needs to not look like a rookie anymore, and he still looks like a rookie.
You know, we were talking about like probably the best thing for the Patriots was to put Drake May on the bench and play Kobe Brissett, because if you put him out there and he doesn't have the components around him, the people on the outside to throw to, the running back to hand it off to, you're just going to end up hurting the kid. You're not going to be helping your future franchise player. You're going to be hurting him. And I feel like that's what they did to Bryce Young. They just put him out there way too soon. He wasn't ready. They didn't have anybody to go around him. And I think he's probably going to end up,
No, he doesn't have anybody. The best receiver is probably Adam Thielen, and he's old as dirt.
Yeah, Thielen been around since I was in high school. So
we went to junior college together.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, kudos to the Saints. Big win. I don't know what it says about how good they are because compared to how bad the Panthers are, but
well, I can tell you that I'm not taking the Panthers in a ball game until they at least win one this year.
I would probably agree with that.
I'm probably going to pick against them until they prove me wrong, which is probably going to be the way it looked today. It's probably going to be halfway through the season before they prove me wrong.
Yeah. Then we got the Vikings at the Giants.
Vikings at the Giants. I did not see this one. I haven't seen a score. What happened in this ball game?
Vikings came in and put it on the Giants, 28-6.
Really?
The Giants looked horrible.
in the Meadowlands.
Giants looked horrible, man. Their offense looked horrible. Daniel Jones looked like
Daniel
crack.
Jones. He looked like Daniel Jones.
Yes, man, he looked horrible. They didn't even score a touchdown. They scored 2 field goals, 6 points.
Maybe they should have kept that $200 million running back they had.
Yeah, the $12 million running back. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, and I was surprised. I mean, the Vikings, Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
he came out on fire.
Sam's like, this is what I've been waiting on, boys. Get out the way.
Yeah, and then the Vikings picked up Aaron Jones from the Packers, the running back. He had a big day. He had a good day. And then the only positive thing I saw for the Giants was Neighbors, their rookie wide receiver. He had like 5 catches, 60-something yards or something like that, for the rookie. That's not bad when your quarterback's freaking sucks.
Daniel Jones, yeah.
So anyway, the Vikings won. So
Teresa tomorrow or Tuesday at work will be very happy. She is a Vikings fan.
And then we got Raiders at the Chargers. Harbaugh's debut.
The Chargers. There was a fight in the parking lot after the game. I saw that on X. Man, this Chargers fan got his butt kicked by like 5 Raiders fans. And there's other Chargers fans around just standing around watching. I'm like, jump in there, help your brother out, man. Come on.
That's sad. Yeah. Well, surprised the Raiders didn't play a little bit better. Minshew he had an okay game, 257 yards. But J.K. Robbins went off for the Chargers, 10 carries, 135 yards.
Wow.
That's 13 and a half yards a carry.
That's some gashes right there.
That's pretty good. He must have had a couple big long ones because I didn't get to see all that game. And nothing from Devontae Adams, so I don't know what happened there. But then we got Broncos at the Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks. Geno getting it done.
Yeah, Geno. How did I take in that one? Let me see.
You took the Seahawks. I think I took the Broncos. I took old Bo Nix, who did not impress today. But
yeah, he had a hard day.
He looked better than Caleb Williams did, but he still didn't look that good though.
Yeah, on the road in Seattle, that's a tough place to play.
That's a tough first NFL game right there. That is a tough first NFL game. And I didn't know what to expect from Seattle with Pete Carroll gone. You know, I know you're talking new head coach, new offensive coordinator, you know, usually a new defensive coordinator. I didn't know if they would, you know, have the kind of faith in Geno that Pete did. So I didn't know what to expect coming into the game. But Geno's proven he belongs up there at the top of the list on quarterbacks. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, Seahawks come out with the win. Good for them. Then we got Cowboys at the Browns. How about them Cowboys? I tell you.
How about them Cowboys? But let's talk about Cleveland for a second. Can we talk about Cleveland?
You talk about whatever you want to.
Every year I got to hear these Browns fans talk about this is the year. Oh, we finally got the quarterback that we need. We finally got this. We finally got that. You paid $200 million for this rapist quarterback. Okay. And what'd you get out of it? You got 2 interceptions and 3 fumbles. That's what you got out of it. Or was it 3 interceptions and 2 fumbles? I don't remember, but it was terrible. Okay. At one point, he goes to help one of his own offensive linemen up, and the offensive lineman slaps his hand away and gets up himself. That bodes real well for your offense right there.
That's not good.
Defensively, you are pretty good. You're actually not too bad. You're not as good as the Cowboys on defense. Don't even think it. But you're pretty good. And you might do decent in the AFC if you would bench that quarterback you got, maybe bring in somebody like Jameis Winston or one of the other 3 quarterbacks that you got on staff.
Maybe.
I feel so sorry for Browns fans right now. This is what you paid $200 million for and have been waiting 2 years for, this quarterback play right here. If I was you, I would burn my season tickets. I would actually try to get my money back for my season tickets. But when they deny to give you your money back, I would burn them and never go to another Browns game again. But that's just me.
Nice. Wow.
On the other side of the ball, Zeke, Dabble getting it done. Dak had a decent day, had a couple of good reads, got sacked a couple times. Did have 1 interception that was not pretty, but, you know, it seemed to me like he kind of fell off in the second half. I don't know if he got a lead and he just, I don't know, got complacent or what, but he had a couple throws in the second half that were way off target. One of them would have been a touchdown, and he just shorted it. So I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Tight end Schultz goes out with an injury. Hopefully we get him back in the next ball game.
Cooks had a good game.
Cooks had a good game. CD had a decent game.
Yep.
CD looked like a guy that, you know, should have had some training camp. You know, he dropped a couple balls in the second half that he doesn't normally drop, but he hasn't gotten as many reps with Dak as he normally gets, so that's not surprising. Turpin returns a punt for a touchdown. Oh, my gosh, I about peed my pants. Jumped up, screaming, and yelling, "Run, kid, run!" Just special teams being special. We won all 3 phases of the game today. We won offense, defense, and special teams. It was just a complete ball game from the Cowboys. And I haven't even brought up Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was all over the field today. They wanted to talk about Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett can go sit on the bench with his loser quarterback because Micah Parsons just tearing it up out there, brother. Tearing it up.
Both those guys are good, but yeah, the Cowboys defense looked good today. Micah was everywhere. And,
the only thing that maybe could have made the ball game a little bit better was if that 66-yarder would have, by what's his name, Aubrey. If Aubrey would have got, because he hit it and they got a penalty for delay of game, moved him back to 71 yards, and McCarthy thought about giving him a shot at it.
I know it. If he hadn't called timeout, he's fixing
And
to try it.
I think the kid would have got close. He might have made it because that first one he put through at 66, it had plenty of leg on it. So this kid's pretty impressive, man. I think he's going to end up somebody this year. One of the kickers this year will end up setting the record. I think the record's like 66 yards right now. Somebody will break it.
Just think, man, one of these days they'll be kicking 80-yard field goals or something stupid.
Yeah, you'll call for the fair catch on the kickoff, and the guy bring out the kicker. We're gonna kick it from the 20, But the guys that are doing kickoff are kicking it out of the end zone so freaking far. It's pitiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, total domination by the Cowboys.
I think we're going to get to a point where they're just going to have to like shrink the goals, make the goals tighter or something like that.
Well, ain't that what they did with what is that? The Arena League, ain't it? Where they just got the little bitty skinny.
Oh yeah. But even
the rest of it's nets.
Even it's only a 50-yard field though, isn't it? In the Arena League.
Yeah, but the goalposts are way close.
That's what they're going to have to do in the NFL. They're going to have to bring the goalpost in because these kickers are getting like way too good. Way too.
All right. Well, total domination by the Cowboys. Then we got Commanders at the Bucks.
Oh, wait! Before we get off the Cowboys, okay?
Yes, sir. Okay.
I just want to put out a little statement, okay? Next week we're probably going to put up 45, okay? Because we got the Saints. All right.
You're going to put up 45?
We're going to put up 45 against the Saints, I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if the Saints will score. I'm thinking we might get a shutout against the Saints.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think we need to have a show.
Get to play them in Arlington, man. We need to have Dale on the show and watch the game live. That's what we need to
do. That might be fun. I don't know how he watches games. I haven't watched one with him in person. He's one of those when the Saints are on, he ain't doing nothing else. I guarantee that.
That's what I'm saying. Like all it's going to be is me yelling at the TV and Dale yelling at the TV and then Dale crying a little bit and
Okay. Anyway, Commanders at the Bucks. You see this one?
I did see this one. And what did I tell you? Baker being Baker, baby. He's just out there having fun. That was actually his quote after the game. He's like, when I'm having fun, I play better.
Well, yeah, he did. He played good. He had 4 touchdowns.
Dude, I'm telling you, the kid is a winner. I'm not saying he's like top of the league as far as quarterbacks. I don't even know if I would put him in the top 10. But as far as winning mentality, bravado, Baker's got it all, baby.
Yeah. He does. And Daniels had 16 carries for 88 yards.
Running the ball. Seemed like the whole NFL was running the ball this week.
That's crazy. And he went 17 for 24 for 184 yards. No touchdowns. Both his touchdowns were rushing.
Yeah.
So he had a good day.
Daniels didn't have a bad day. Out of all the rookies, I think he had the best day.
Just Baker was on fire.
Well, Bucks are hard to beat at home anyway. I mean, they got tradition there. They've got some championships. They've got crazy fan base to come out. I mean,
They still got some, yeah.
These guys dress up like pirates. They shoot cannons off. They're crazy, man. They're crazy down there.
Yeah, they still got Mike Evans and Chris Godwin too, so I think they're okay.
Yeah.
And then the final game, the one tonight, the Sunday night game, Rams at the Lions.
This was a good ball game.
What a game, bro! What a game!
A good ball game. First overtime game of the season.
Rams had to come back and tie it up, right? Yeah, they were down by.
Then they just couldn't stop the run. I don't think Goff threw the ball one time in overtime. I think they ran the ball all the way down and stuck it in the end zone, and I loved it. I was like,
yeah.
Dan Campbell. He's like, they got down there and they Chris Collinsworth said something about, touchdown in overtime. If you score a touchdown, that's the end of the ball game. Like if you kick a field goal, the other team gets a shot. So if you score a touchdown, it's over. So they get down there, and Chris is like 3rd and 2 or something from like the 7. And Chris Collinsworth goes, yeah, they'll try and run here, and when they don't get it, they'll go ahead and kick the field goal. And they pounded it in from like right there. And I was like, Collinsworth, you're an idiot. This is a Dan Campbell. If he would have only got 1 yard, he would have went for it on 4th down.
He probably would have. Yeah, it's a crazy game. Stafford had a good game, 317 yards, a touchdown. Montgomery ran the ball well. That was probably the majority of that was in the overtime, but 17 carries, 91 yards, and a touchdown. So, and then Williams, the wide receiver for the Lions, yeah, man, that dude is fast.
Yeah, he is. And good hands, too. Good hands.
He's super fast.
I loved it when overtime started. They bring out the captains, and it was Goff and Stafford, and they're standing there doing the coin flip, and I'm just like, this is iconic, man. This is awesome. And then when the Detroit won the coin flip, they come back to the sideline, and they show Dan Campbell, and Goff's running at him, and he says, okay, we're going to win this. Like he tells Goff, we're winning this. We got the coin flip. We're going to win this thing. And sure enough, man, marched it down the field and stuck it in the end zone.
Sometimes it just takes a little belief.
Yeah. I tell you what, they got a good team in Detroit, man. Detroit is a team to be reckoned with. They will be in the playoffs. I guarantee it. Barring injury. You always got to put in that barring injury, because a couple of key injuries can really, bring your team down.
Yeah, especially if Love is hurt and missing some time, the Lions might have a direct path to the division title, man.
They might have, dude.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right. And then we got the Monday night game tomorrow, or tonight, whatever, tomorrow night.
No, this is tonight, because we're dropping it in the morning, so it would be today.
It's actually after midnight now too, so it's technically Monday.
Today. Yeah. So, okay. All right.
So yeah, we're night owls, if you guys didn't know. So, but I'm running on fumes now. So you got anything else?
One more thing about the Cowboys game. What did you think of Tom Brady in the booth?
I was going to ask you that. I was going to ask you that same question. It took me a minute to get used to his voice.
Okay.
He sounded. This is going to sound bad. He sounded like a little kid almost. Like, hey guys, okay. And then there was a play, and then this happened, and I mean, I don't know. It's not that I have never heard him speak before either. Like I've heard him talk before, but I don't know, for some reason it just seems. It took me a minute to get over that. Okay. And then I don't really. I guess I didn't have much of a problem with it after that. I turned the sound down. I had the sound down a little bit because the wife came down.
I thought Tom did a really good job. He is he it's funny because like every player he brings up, it's like, oh, I played against this guy, or I played with this guy, or yeah, I was teammates with this guy. It's like he's been teammates with like half the league, and half the league that he hadn't been teammates with, he played against,
Yeah.
So, and he talked about Don Zimmer's defense and about how, the things that Don Zimmer does and how he's one of the coaches that you had to put in extra time in the film room, when you were going up against him. He did a good job of diagnosing plays. He tried to be funny a couple of times that I don't know, it wasn't very funny, and I was kind of like you. I'm so used to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman doing Cowboy games that it took me a minute to get used to it. And then I was like, why am I enjoying this? The Cowboys are winning, but I'm enjoying this. It's because Joe Buck is not there and Troy Aikman is not running down the Dallas Cowboys. Because Troy is like, I think it's because he played with the Cowboys that he is like overcritical of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, he really, and
He
I've watched him
probably is.
I've watched him do other games, and he's not as critical about other teams. But when he does the Cowboys games, oh man, he gets critical on them. And it rubs me the wrong way sometimes. And it was interesting to hear because Tom did nothing but talk about how wonderful the Cowboys were. And I was like, what? Huh? What do you mean how wonderful the Cowboys are?
Did he talk about how wonderful Cleveland was too?
No, he actually talked about he did what most normal announcers do. Like he slobbered all over the team that was winning, and he talked critical about the team that was losing. All announcers do that until that team comes back and they start winning, and then they start talking about how wonderful the other team is. They're bandwagoners. Announcers are bandwagoners. They're big bandwagoners. So.
Well, I guess usually if you're losing the game, there's a reason. So it's kind of
Well,
easy.
there was definitely a reason that Cleveland was losing. They looked terrible.
Yeah. Well,
but I
like
had
you said,
a lot of fun on X watching Cleveland fans come out and just blow their team up. I thought that was hilarious. I was like, golly, guys.
all fans do that, don't they? Man,
Yeah.
every fan base is just they're
Like
nuts over that.
you lose one game, burn the stadium down. Why in the world do we even play football? It reminds me a lot of golf. Golf, you can play 17 holes in a row and you just suck at, and you're like, why do I even play this? And then you hit like a great shot on hole 18, or you par hole 18, and you're like, okay, same time tomorrow, guys.
Yeah.
Let's do this again. It's like you forget about all those 17 holes back there.
Yeah. I saw a tweet yesterday after the Hog game. It was like they had just like the tweet for the final of the game just came out. You know what I mean? Boom. Game final. The next tweet, this dude says, "When's basketball season start?"
Oh my gosh.
Just move right on, man. Who cares? It's just whatever. Don't get me off on the Hogs anyway. Anything else? Anything else you want to add? Cowboy wise, football wise, Sunday wise?
No, I get to play golf tomorrow. I'm playing in a charity tournament tomorrow. So I get to go and play 18 holes of golf in the morning. Pretty excited about that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And
where are you going?
Actually 2 blocks over, right across the road at this place called Centennial Valley. The Lions Club has a charity golf tournament every year, and every year my youth minister at my church talks me into playing, so I go out there and I play. It's a 4-man scramble. I contribute 5 or 6 shots during the day. We got a young guy or younger guy, I guess he's 30, and he hits a monster off the tee. So there are lots of times I don't even go up and hit my ball. I'm like, we'll just play Robert's ball. It's like way out there in the middle. I'm not going to do any better than that. I am a middle shot and a putter guy. That's me. So
yeah.
They got a putting contest for $5, and you can buy a mulligan for $5. So
Okay.
We'll go out there and they'll have a hole in one to win. I think last year it was a membership at the country club that we were playing at. They had one hole that was like a $500 gift card closest to the hole, that kind of thing. It's just a chance to go out and swing the clubs. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not looking to win or anything like that. But.
No, that's awesome. It's getting pretty chilly, man. At night and stuff here, it's getting.
Yeah, it'll probably be
60
something in the morning when I get up. I have to wear a light jacket, but by the time we get to, they feed us breakfast. Then we go out and they send all of us out to different holes. So you might start on like hole 16 or something like that.
Yeah.
You're assigned a hole to sit on. So everybody's on a different hole when they start. So we're not pushing each other. There's never anybody in front of you or behind you. You got plenty of time to play. And then when we get all done, you come in, turn in your scorecard, and then they feed you lunch, and then you go home. So
there you go. I need to get out and play before it gets too cold.
There is a really, really nice golf course in Alma, which is about halfway in between us, that we should meet up at and play some golf.
We should do that. My goodness, it's almost September. It is September. No,
it is September, man.
It is September. Holy mackerel. We're like halfway through September. Holy mackerel. Yeah. I got to go back to work in the morning, so that's super fun. Yay.
I've started seeing people out on my route and here in my neighborhood that are already decorating for Halloween. It's
my gosh.
It's like Halloween's at the end of October, people. What are y'all doing?
Oh. All right. Well, we done gone for an hour, so let's get on and get out of here because I got to go to bed.
Don't forget your mental health. National hotline's 988. They are a suicide hotline. If you're struggling with your days, struggling with your mental health, give them a call. They'd love to talk with you. They'll talk by text with chat. 1-800-SUICIDE gets you there too. And as my buddy Jason likes to say,
don't do life alone.
Don't do life alone.
That's right.
That's all I got, man.
Me too, man. Yeah, if you're struggling with your mental health, 988. If you want to play some Yahoo NFL Pick'em and struggle with your mental health on that as well, because we're going to kick your butt, join up. 33703 is the group ID, password NFL. Come play with us, and I will catch you tomorrow, bro. Peace out.
Peace, brother.
Thanks for watching our show. Remember to subscribe for more shows on the network. Smash the like button, share, and comment.